Welcome back to 40s Vintage. Today, we're going to make this run. That's the goal for the episode. Matter of fact, we're not going to release this episode until it's running. So, if this episode takes 3 years to come out, that's why. So I'm pretty sure the reason that this isn't running is because there's just gunk from the tank that's clogging up the carburetor. There's probably a bunch of junk in that float or that thing. There we go. I figured out what it's called. In the sediment bowl there, we'll pull that out and empty it out. Going to empty out the float bowl and the carburetor. I'm not going to pull it all apart. I don't think we need to do that, but we're going to just kind of flush things through, make sure we got some good clean gas in there. And then we're going to replace our switch that we burned up last time. Got a brand new one of those. And then we'll see if we can get this thing going. This might be a short episode. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting way more garbage in that thing than I'm seeing here. That stuff you see down there is actually just, it's actually stuck to the inside of the glass from when I cleaned it out. There's like no sediment in there. That's really weird. Yeah, that's surprisingly clear in there. A little bit of gunk in there. I'll clean it out, but it's not what I was expecting. This didn't come with a gasket. I bet I was supposed to order that. To the gasket maker! One amazingly well-crafted gasket later. Shut up. It's fine. It'll work. It'll work. Now, the nice thing is this new switch actually came with its own hardware, so look, I've got extra nuts now. Pretty sure this one went over here. Pretty sure this one went over there. Pretty sure this went on one of those two. All right, it's a new day, and all of the fuel that came out of the carburetor and of the sediment bowl actually looked pretty good. I did notice, though, that when I came out this morning, that the sediment bowl had a little bit of fuel in it coming down from the fuel tank, so I obviously didn't get that valve turned off all the way, but that got me thinking that valve just sort of dribbles out. So I'm wondering if our running problems, our starting problems, have to do with a fuel flow issue. Not in that things are clogged up, but in that we just don't have the flow rate coming out of the tank. Like maybe, well, clogged up, yes, but maybe clogged up in the sediment bowl, the valve where it comes down. So unfortunately, the fuel tank has some gas in it, which I knew this would happen. That's just how it goes. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can clean that out probably end up draining the tank out here and get that thing really cleaned out. Make sure it flows nicely. And then I'm going to clean up our ground here because even after replacing that switch, this thing kind of turns over a bit slow. And I think probably just some connections here need a little bit cleaner because I know my battery's good and the cables are new, so probably the connections. So that's what we're doing next. All right, here's the hilarious part where I spill fuel everywhere. I'm gonna try and catch it in a bucket down here, but well, you know me. That's like a dozen turns. I think this thing is really toast. Suppose you're wondering how I got in this predicament. Well, it turns out the jug I was putting this all into has a leak in it, so now I have to figure out how to close this up when it doesn't want to. Told you I was going to leak all over the floor. You guys just can't see it because it's out of frame. This thing is definitely a problem no matter what. Even if it flows properly, it's a problem. Of course, I set it whole side down. This thing is very confusing. I loosened up the nut here, so it's a lot easier to turn. But you still have to turn it like 500 times to get any sort of flow. I'm feeling I'm about to get a lot more fuel coming out of here. Already getting more. Look at that. All right, well, I just noticed on the handle here it says main 2 turns, reserve full open. So that's probably why I had to go all the way open with it, because I didn't put very much fuel in the tank there. I'm still gonna spray the old cleaner on through it, make sure everything's cleaned out. This filter actually looks pretty good here, and the fuel coming through is nice and clean. So I don't think the fuel itself is the problem. I think it's a flow problem. We'll see. There we go. And leaking out the side. Awesome. Because my gasket's not working very well anymore. That is a problem. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I'm just kidding. Still got a lot to do here, but that was encouraging. So I don't know. I think it was a combination of factors. I think we had not enough flow from the tank, or we had some gunk in the carburetor from that initial flush out of the tank. I was having trouble getting fuel just to flow into the carburetor, and I'm not really sure what that was about. Just monkeyed with a bunch of stuff until things started flowing. Really not sure which piece it was that made it work. Whatever, I'll take it. Next step, see if we can drive this thing a bit. Well, I'd call that a success. Got a few things to take a look at. Looks like I've got an exhaust leak, plus the new exhaust system is burning off the paint that's on it. I think that'll just take some time. Didn't look like it smoked too much, but it certainly has a leak in that upper radiator hose. I think I probably just need to tighten that up a little bit more. I'm not really sure, but it spewed water everywhere. Other than that, running really well considering where we started from. So I'm going to call that a success. I'm going to play around with a few more things here. We may get a little more footage, but otherwise, I'm a happy camper. Well, we finished where we started, except not really. We are way further along here. This thing runs all on its own fuel system. No spraying, starting fluid in there, no filling up the float bowl to make it run. Off the gas tank on its own. Wrapped up a couple of small things with the radiator leak. I think I still have one thing to take care of there. There's a overflow hole up at the top of the near the cap. I think that's probably where most of the stuff's coming out. We'll figure that out. I think I fixed the exhaust leak. We're going to find that out here in a bit. A few more things to do on this. So we still don't know if the hydraulics on the 3-point hitch work. We don't know if the PTO works off. I know reverse and first gear work. I'm pretty sure second and third work, but we've never actually tested them out. This actually has an F&T overdrive transmission on it, or adapter. I can't even find information about it, let alone know if it works. I hope it does, because I'm not sure how I'm going to fix it if it's broken. There's a lot of things that we still need to do here. Generator isn't hooked up, the ammeter, of course, just tons of little things like that. And of course, we haven't driven it more than about 20 feet. So next time, we're going to get this thing out of the garage. We're going to test a few things out and just see where things are at and figure out what the next steps are going forward. As for this video, I do appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell so you know when we post something, and definitely hit the thumbs up so that we can let the YouTube overlords know that, hey, tractor stuff is cool. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful day.